rising high in the midnight air. I saddle up my horse without a single care. The stars are burning bright, the coyotes sing, and I'm riding through the night where the cold winds ring. The prairie's quiet, but the wind still howls. I'm searching for freedom in the night's dark vows. The road ahead is endless, the journey long, but a cowboy's heart is where it belongs. We're the riders of the midnight sky, chasing the stars as the night goes by. Through the dust and the rain, through the dark of night, we ride on forever, 'neath the pale moonlight. The campfire is flickering, but my thoughts are far. I'm riding the trail where the horizon's a scar. The past is behind me, the future unknown, but the road's my companion, and I ride alone. I've crossed the rivers, I've climbed the hills, but the cowboy's soul is never still. The land keeps calling, the sky opens wide, and I ride on the wings of the midnight tide. We're the riders of the midnight sky, chasing the stars as the night goes by. Through the dust and the rain, through the dark of night, we ride on forever, 'neath the pale moonlight. And the wind whispers tales of the days gone past, of loves we lost and memories that didn't last. But the cowboy's life is a ride so true, with every trail we start anew. The coyotes howl as the night draws near, but we ride on with no trace of fear. The stars above lead the way we go, for the riders of the midnight sky will never slow. The dawn is breaking, the stars fade away, but the cowboy rides on at the start of the day. The road is long and the sun's burning bright, but we ride for freedom and we ride for the fight. We've seen the valleys, we've crossed the streams, but we're always searching for the land of our dreams. So we'll ride till the sun sets low again, and when it rises, we'll do it all again. We're the riders of the midnight sky, chasing the stars as the night goes by. Through the dust and the rain, through the dark of night, we ride on forever, 'neath the pale moonlight. So when you see the moon or die. We're riding through the night where the coyotes call. We ride forever through it all. Sun setting low on the dusty plains. I saddle up my horse, feel the wind in my veins. The road ahead is quiet, but it whispers my name. I've ridden this trail, but it's never the same. The towns I've known are all gone, erased, but the spirit of freedom can't be replaced. I've crossed the rivers, I've climbed the hills, but the outlaw's life is a life that kills. It's the last ride of the outlaw, wild and free, chasing the horizon where no one can see. Through the dust, through the night, through the endless fight, riding through the shadows 'neath the moonlight. I've loved and I've lost, but the road still calls. With every step I take, another shadow falls. The law may be coming, but they'll never find the outlaw's heart is never confined. The saddle creaks and the reins they burn, but the wind in my hair tells me it's my turn. The ghost of the past is always behind, but I ride with the stars with no ties that bind. It's the last ride of the outlaw, wild and free, chasing the horizon where no one can see. Through the dust, through the night, through the endless fight, riding through the shadows 'neath the moonlight. And the coyotes call as the fire burns low, but I keep riding 'cause it's all I know. The past is a memory that fades with the dawn, but the outlaw spirit will always carry on. Through the hills and the valleys, through the storm and the flame, I'll ride till I'm gone, but I'll never be the same. A life full of danger, a life full of strife, but the outlaw's ride is the ride of life. The stars above guide the way I go. With every hoot of the owl, the wind begins to blow. The law may come for me, but I'll never stop, 'cause the outlaw's heart is built to drop. The night may be dark, but the fire still glows. I ride through the valleys where the cold wind blows. The fire face it head on with my heart unafraid. It's the last ride of the outlaw, wild and free, chasing the horizon where no one can see. Through the dust, through the night, through the endless fight, riding through the shadows 'neath the moonlight. So when the night fades and the morning's near, know that the outlaw's gone, but his spirit's here. The last ride of the outlaw, wild and bold, a story untold, a tale of gold. The sun is rising over dusty plains. I saddle up my horse to ride again. The road ahead's a path of endless dreams, where the wind is wild and the river sings, and the sky's as wide as the heart inside, and the open range calls me, I can't hide. The towns I've left behind are far away, but the trail keeps calling, and I'll ride today. I'm riding down the old trail, hear the coyotes cry, with the wind on my face and the stars in the sky. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. The whispers of the old trail are my song. The cattle lowing in the valley below, but I'm chasing the sunset where the wild winds blow. I think of the love I once held near, but a cowboy's heart knows no fear. The nights are cold and the fires burn low, but the road keeps calling and I must go. I've seen the highlands, I've crossed the streams, but the old trail's calling me in my dreams. I'm riding down the old trail, hear the coyotes cry, with the wind on my face and the stars in the sky. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. The whispers of the old trail are my song, and the moonlight guides me through the darkest night. The echoes of the past feel so right. I've crossed long, but I'll never turn back. The whispers of the trail keep me on track. For a cowboy's heart is free and wild, forever chasing the horizon like a restless child. The morning breaks with the red sun high. I'll ride through the day and I won't ask why. The dust may settle, but I'll ride on through, 'cause the old trail's the only life I knew. So I'll ride through the canyons, the rivers and trees, chasing the whispers on the cool summer breeze. The journey's endless, but the heart stays true, and the old trail's calling me through and through. I'm riding down the old trail, hear the coyotes cry, with the wind on my face and the stars in the sky. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. The whispers of the old trail are my song. So when the stars fade and the night is gone, I'll still be riding my spirit strong. The whispers of the old trail will always guide, 'cause a cowboy's soul is born to ride. Dawn breaks slow on the dusty ground. I saddle up, the sun ain't up yet, not a sound. The prairie's wide, the sky's so clear, but there's a long road ahead, and I've got no fear. Cattle lowing on the distant plains, but I got no time for the shackles or chains. I ride for the freedom that I can't explain, with the wind in my face and the dust in my veins. I'm on the trail of freedom, riding high through the endless skies, where the eagle flies. No ties to hold me, chasing the sunset, I'm going home. The road is long and the miles don't end, but the cowboy's heart knows where to bend. Through the valleys deep and the mountains tall, I ride with the night, never feeling small. The fire's burning low by the creek's edge. I think of the past and the promises I pledged, but the cowboy's life is a road to roam, and the Wild West is always home. I'm on the trail of freedom, riding high calling with a voice so still. The coyotes sing and the coyotes cry, but I ride through the night with a gleam in my eye. The cowboy's life is not for the weak, it's for the souls who dare to seek. The morning's breaking and the sky's turning red. I ride on with no change to dread. The mountains are far and the valley's wide, but my heart's with the open range, with no place to hide. So I'll ride on through the dust and the rain, through the highs and the lows, through the joy and the pain. The trail of freedom is all that I know, and I'll keep riding wherever it goes. I'm on the trail of freedom, riding high through the endless skies where the eagle flies. No ties to hold me, no place to roam. I'm chasing the sunset, I'm going home. So when the sun sets low and the day is done, I'll be riding forever beneath the setting sun. On the trail of freedom, my spirit's free, riding through life just where I'm meant to be. The wind is calling, it's time to go. I saddle up my horse and let the river flow. The sun is rising over the hills so wide, and I'm riding through the canyons with the stars as my guide. The trail is long, but the road is clear. I've got the spirit of the West always near. I think of the towns I've passed before, but the open range is what I'm riding for. Whispers of the West in the wind so true, riding through the valley with the sky so blue. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. Whispers of the West, that's where I belong. The campfire's glow fades in the night, but the moon above shines so bright. I think of the battles, the love, the loss, but a cowboy's life is worth any cost. The coyotes are calling, the shadows grow long, but I ride with the echoes, singing my song. I've crossed the rivers, I've climbed the peaks, but the call of the West is all that I seek. Whispers of the West in the wind so true, riding through the valley with the sky so blue. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. Whispers a life that calls me, and it's all I'll ever need. Through the storms and the fires, through the highs and lows, the cowboy's journey is the one that always knows. So I'll keep riding 'neath the stars so high. With the whispers of the West, I'll never say goodbye. The dawn is breaking, the day's drawing near, but I'll keep riding with no trace of fear. The world is wide and the road's still long, but the cowboy's heart will always belong. So I'll chase the horizon where the earth meets the sky. With the whispers of the West, I'll never ask why. The open range is my home, my true delight, and I'll ride with the wind till the end of the night. Whispers of the West, in the wind so true, riding through the valley with the sky so blue. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on. Whispers of the West, that's where I belong. So when the stars fade and the night is gone, I'll still be riding with the West sweet song. Whispers of the West will guide my way. Forever and always, I'll ride each day. Sun setting low on the open range. I saddle up my horse, it's time to change. The road ahead's been calling my name. Through the canyons, the rivers, the winds of flame. The past is behind me, but I feel it close. The trails I've crossed, the friends I've lost. But the cowboy's life is a life I know, and I ride with the wind where the wild winds blow. It's the long ride home through the dust and the rain, riding through the valleys, through the thunder and pain. I'll keep moving on till I reach that sky. The long ride home under the endless sky. I think of the nights by the campfire's glow, of the quiet whispers and the winds that blow. The stories shared around the fire's light, but a cowboy's heart knows no end to the fight. The mountains rise in the distance ahead, but the road keeps calling, the path unsaid. I've seen the storm clouds, I've felt the cold, but the cowboy's spirit is always bold. It's a long ride home through the dust and the rain, riding through the valleys, through and the stars above guide my way tonight, as I ride through the silence with no end in sight. I've crossed the rivers, I've felt the burn, but the trail's my destiny, and I'll never turn. The coyotes howl and the firelight fades, but the cowboy's journey never is delayed. Through the highs and lows, through the joy and strife, it's a long ride home that gives me life. The dawn is breaking and the world feels new. I ride with the sunrise, the sky's so blue. The open range is where I belong, with the wind at my back and the road so long. No ties to bind me, no chains to hold. The cowboy's heart is never sold. So I'll ride till the day I see my home, but the long ride's where the cowboy's known. It's a long ride home through the dust and the rain, riding through the valleys, through the thunder and pain. I'll keep moving on till I reach that sky, the long ride home under the endless sky. So when the day fades and the night draws near, know the cowboy's heart has no fear. The long ride home is the only way, and I'll ride forever, come what may.
Morning sun paints the sky so red. I saddle up my horse, the road ahead. The prairie's wide, the mountains tall. I ride through the dust, heeding the call. The trail's been long, but it feels like home. I've roamed these lands and I've never been alone. The wind whispers secrets, the coyotes cry, and I'm riding with the spirits of the open sky. I'm riding where the wind takes me, through the wild unknown. The road is endless, but I'm never alone. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll never stray. I'm riding where the wind takes me, every single day. The dust kicks up with every stride. I feel the rhythm of the earth beneath my ride. The moon's my lantern, the stars my guide, and the open road is where my heart resides. I think of the towns I've passed and left, of the love I've lost and the promises kept. But a cowboy's life is endless, this land's my home. I'm riding where the wind takes me through the wild unknown. The road is endless, but I'm never alone. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll never stray. I'm riding where the wind takes me every single day. When the night falls and the fire's low, I'll sit by the flames and let my memories flow. The road may be lonely, the journey long, but the cowboy's heart is where it belongs. Through the valleys deep and the hills so high, I'll chase the horizon where the eagles fly. No chains to bind me, no walls to keep. I'm riding on a dream that's mine to keep. Breaking, the day's begun, but I'm still riding, chasing the sun. The cattle are low and the horses whinny loud, but I'm riding through the clouds, heading for the prow. The road ahead is an endless line, but I'm never lost, just biding my time. For the cowboy's heart is a restless soul, and the open range is where I feel home. I'm riding where the wind takes me through the wild unknown. The road is endless, but I'm never alone. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll never stray. I'm riding where the wind takes me every single day. So when you hear the sound of hooves on the ground, know I'm riding through the night where the dreams are found. I'm riding where the wind takes me, and I'll never roam. For the cowboy spirit will always lead me home. The sun's setting low over a mountain so wide. I saddle my horse, feel the wind as it glides. The open road calls me, it's all I've ever known. With a heart full of dreams and a soul that's grown. The past behind me, but the road's ahead, where the coyotes sing and the stars are spread. I ride through the night with no fear in my chest, for the cowboy's heart is never at rest. The open road calls me, where the wild winds blow, chasing the sunset, where the eagles go. Through the rain and the dust, I'll keep moving on. The open road calls me, and I'll ride till the dawn. I've crossed the valleys, climbed the hills so steep, and in the quiet of the night I found my peace. But the road's never done, it's a journey so long. The cowboy's life is where he belongs. Through the storms and the sunshine, I've been through it all. But I'll never stop riding, I'll never fall. The spirit of the West is deep in my soul, and I'll keep riding till I'm whole. The open road calls me where the wild winds blow, chasing the sunset where the eagles go. Through the rain and the dust, I'll keep moving on. The open road calls me, and I'll ride till the dawn. And when the night's dark and the fire's low, I sit by the embers, let the memories flow. The cowboys I've known, the love that I've lost, but the open road's worth any cost. The stars are my lantern, the moon is my light, guiding my way through the deep of the night. The cowboy's path is long, but it's true, and the open road will see me through. The morning breaks with the colors so bright, but I'm still riding, chasing the light. The cattle lowing, the rivers run fast, but I'm on the move, I can't look back. The trail's ahead where the horizon lies, with the sun above and the wide open skies. I'll ride till the end, I'll chase the sun, for the open road's where my soul has begun. The open road calls me where the wild winds blow, chasing the sunset where the eagles go. Through the rain and the dust, I'll keep moving on. The open road calls me, and I'll ride till the dawn. So when the stars fade and the night is done, I'll keep riding, chasing the rising sun. The open road calls me, and I'll answer true, for the cowboy's heart will always be new. The sun's setting low and the wind is cold. Saddle up my horse, the night's getting bold. The road ahead is wide, the sky so clear. I'm riding through the dusk with no trace of fear. The mountains rise high and the valley's deep. I hear the coyotes calling from where they sleep. The past is behind me, but the trail's still on, and I ride for freedom where I belong. I'm riding where the wild horses roam, chasing the horizon, always coming home. Through the dust and the rain, through the highs and lows, I'm riding where the wild horses roam. The fire's burning low by the creek's edge. I think of the friends I've lost and the promises I've pledged. But a cowboy's life is a life that's free, with the open sky and the land beneath me. The cattle are moving, the trail's running wide, but I'm chasing the sunset with the wind by my side. The journey's endless, but I don't mind, 'cause the cowboy's heart is a heart that's kind. I'm riding where the wild horses roam, chasing the horizon, always coming home. Through the dust and the rain, through the highs and lows, I'm riding where the wild horses roam. And the stars up above guide my way tonight, as I ride through the darkness with the moon shining bright. The road may be rocky, the journey long, but the cowboy spirit is steady and strong. Through the highs and the lows, I'll ride the same, for the spirit of the West will call my name. I've seen the valleys, crossed the streams, but the wild horses are always in my dreams. The dawn is breaking and the road's still wide. I'll ride till the sun sinks low, then I'll ride with pride. The wind in my hair, the reins in my hand, and the freedom of the West, the only land. The mountains may rise, the rivers may flow, but the cowboy's heart will always know that no matter where I go or where I roam, I'm always riding where the wild horses roam. I'm riding where the wild horses roam, chasing the horizon, always coming home. Through the dust and the rain, through the highs and lows, I'm riding where the wild horses roam. So when the stars fade and the night is done, I'll still be riding, chasing the sun. For the wild horses will never be tame, and I'll ride forever with no shame. Day is breaking, the sun's on the rise. I saddle up my horse and look to the skies. The mountains are calling, the wind's blowing free. I'm riding with the spirit of the Wild West inside of me. The trail is long, but the journey's mine. With every step I take, I'm feeling fine. The echoes of the past are far behind, and the road ahead is where I'll find my mind. I'm riding with the wind across the open land, chasing the horizon with the reins in my hand. Through the dust and the storm, with my heart held high, I'm one of the riders of the western sky. The prairie's wide and the sky so blue. With the open range, there's so much to do. The cattle low and the river's wide, but I'll keep riding with the stars as my guide. Through the hills and the valleys, I've made my way. The cowboy's life is the price I pay. With every dawn, there's a new frontier, and I ride through the storm with no fear. I'm riding with the wind across the open land, chasing the horizon with the reins in my hand. Through the dust and the storm, with my heart held high, I'm one of the riders of the western sky. The coyotes sing, the night grows cold, but the cowboy's heart is always bold. I've seen the storms, I've felt the pain, but the open sky is where I remain. The trail is endless, but I keep moving on. With the freedom of the West, I'm never gone. Through the highs and the lows, the road is clear, and I'll keep riding without fear. The morning light breaks through the trees, I ride on, feeling the breeze. The road stretches out like an endless song, and I'll keep riding all day long. The world is wide and the range is free, and the cowboy's heart is where I'll be. With the dust on my boots and the reins in my hand, I'll ride the land like only a cowboy can. I'm riding with the wind across the open land, chasing the horizon with the reins in my hand. Through the dust and the storm, with my heart held high, I'm one of the riders of the western sky. So when the day fades and the night is near, I'll keep riding without a single fear. For the riders of the West will always roam, and the cowboy's heart will always call it home.